friends, how are you? I'm still trying to get things adjusted and find a few things. This time went very quickly. So, yeah. Welcome. My name is Cheryl Wright. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from northeastern Montana, and I'm hoping to inspire you one project at a time. Hi, Nancy. Team Simple, but sometimes I challenge myself to do fun folds. In the comments, let me know if you're Team Simple cards or Team Fancy folds. Tonight, I was going to have a fancy fold, but by the time I got all the cards designed, they're all not fancy folds. So whatever. They're going to be good cards, though. I think you're going to enjoy them. So when you join us, besides answering the Team Simple cards or fancy folds, go ahead and tell me where you're from. If you're new here, I know Nancy's from Kansas. So do you have winter weather rolling in like we do here in Montana? Nancy? All right, let me get this camera going. Hi, Shirley. And I know where Shirley's from too. All right, let's go ahead and get the cameras situated. And there we are. So I hit this wrong when I tried to get on. And now I'm even wonkier. There's a delay. I don't know what's going on. Well, I will put the do not disturb up. And let me see here. Do not disturb. And I will turn off my Bluetooth on my computer. I heard that it affects it too. Go figure. Got that off. I'll turn it off on my watch. I should not have issues because we have amazing Wi-Fi. It's the devices that seem to have a few little glitches. So, all right, let me find, that's kind of where we're headed. Right now, I'm freezing. Been foggy all week and freezing rain this afternoon and night. That's in North Dakota, mid-North Dakota. And trying to get more rain without a tornado. Ooh, Nancy, it's too early for tornadoes. All right, notes of spring. I was hoping this was going to be my class tonight, but the UPS man, woman, whomever, decided instead of it being a 2-day shipping project to make it into a 3-day shipping project. So this will be my stamp set that I use for mystery stamping on Tuesday. So you can see it and it's going to be awesome. It is the product of the month. You get it when you get your total up to $75. Then you can add this to your cart for $5 more. So next up, I don't know what's going on here. Let me try one more. I have one more device I can stick on airplane mode. I don't know. Let's see here. Not in Kansas. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, I don't know why my camera's jumping around like it's playing catch up. That's crazy. Crazy. Frustrating. So the mini catalog has 1 month left. Our next catalog is also going to be a smaller 4-month catalog. We are not getting a new annual catalog. They are changing to 3 smaller catalogs and not having the annual catalog. So that is a change that is coming down the pike. The online exclusives went live for customers on Tuesday. Wow, I don't know what to do with this. Let me remove it. Let it figure out what it's doing. Add it back to the stage. Is it jumping around on your end? Or is it just me? If it's just me, I'm going to keep going. All right, so online exclusives. This is what we have. Now, I'm going to jump ahead just a little. I put a post out on my Facebook channel today, wondering if you would be interested in a mystery craft box featuring the Homemade Sweetness collection. These are some others that are very good also. The Cutest Crew bundle. Boy, that's... And, or the... Oh, the Cute as a Bug. It's in the the annual, or in the mini catalog. Let me go back to this. The Cute as a Bug suite. There we go. So if you have a preference, then please let me know. If you are interested in the mystery craft box, what would be your preference? So I'm glad it's not freezing on your end. That's awesome. No more annual catalogs. No. They decided the period was so long that sometimes the products kind of got left behind, I guess. So we're going to have beefier mini catalogs that are going to have paper and inks and all that stuff in it. But we're going to have those 3 times a year without an annual catalog. So the first one that we're going to be getting will be the May-August catalog. So basically a summer catalog here in the Northern Hemisphere. But anyway, these are all the products that just hit the store on Tuesday, and I am featuring one of those tonight. It is this one right here. Help Me Grow bundle. You know, I was going to try to do that card right there, and it just dawned on me that I didn't do that card right there. Hi, Tess. How are you this evening? So let's go ahead and, oh, bummer. Maybe I should try to do that card. It's so cute. But you can see it in the catalog or online. I'm going to do one of the other ones that's online, so we'll only do one that I'm just copying from Stampin' Up. So this card base is 4 1/4 by 11. I have not done any of my scoring. I have done some of the cutting. And I have not talked very much today, and apparently I have a frog in my throat. So I'm going to back up a little because what I did is I jumped right. I showed you the picture, but I didn't show you enough time to drool over it. Help Me Grow. This is the stamp set. Hi, Glenda. And I love the stamp set, but in my opinion, the dies are the star of the show, but they're pretty close. Sometimes it's just the dies. This time, the dies and the stamps are pretty close too. But lots of die cutting. Lots and lots of die cutting. So I tried to do some of it ahead of time. I will still have to do some of it with you. And I tried to make terracotta pots in a couple different ways. So I'm going to share that with you. And let's go ahead and just get started, shall we? See where we end up with this fun bundle. Remember, if you order the bundle as a bundle, you save 10%. Now, let's get back to our card. 11 by 4 1/4, score at 5 1/2. And we're just going to fold it. Like I said, I was going to try to do a fun fold, but it didn't happen. Not feeling well today? Oh, Tess, I'm glad you're feeling better. It's always good when you can feel better when it's time to craft. All right, so this is a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, and it is the Country Woods paper. I have a stack of stuff on my paper. And before we do this, we're going to rough this one up a little. So with your scissors, I am just going to rough up my edges. Maybe if I would have grabbed a scissor that doesn't have a scissor charm on it, it would be a little easier. Because this is in the garden, it doesn't get the nicest stuff sometimes. So just distress the edges a bit. You can do this a couple different ways. I just use scissors. Stampin' Up! Used to have a distress tool. I don't think they have that. I know they don't have it anymore. I don't even know where mine is. But I just want it to look a little rougher. It's okay if it tears just a smidgen. Okay, I don't mind if the edges curl up a bit. All right, we're going to start with that. That's going to be our first layer. And this piece is going to be our next layer. And I am going to, I need a piece of paper. This will be good enough. Just a scrap paper. I'm going to take a 2-inch punch. Do I want it bigger than this? I do want it bigger than this. So I'm going to take a 2 3/8 inch punch. I hope tomorrow is a better day, Tess. So I'm just going to make, let's go to as close to the center of the paper as I can. And this is not what I need, but I'll save it for another day. My white piece of paper that I'm working on is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I'm going to just put this down and tack it down with some Post-it note tape. I want it toward the top. It's just going to be a little bright spot on our paper. Do a little masking. I thought this was going to be my easy card, but maybe it's my medium card. You know what? I don't know that I have an easy, a medium, and a hard one tonight. They might just all be medium cards. Medium difficulty. All right. So I'm going to grab, oh, excuse me, my Daffodil Delight. I've created a bit of a mask, and I have my blending brush. I don't want to get it over on this edge, so I'm going to hold it on this edge so I know to stay away from it. And I'm going to kind of create a sun in the back. All right, I don't trust myself, and I don't want to mess up that edge. So here we go. Now let the blending begin. The card that inspired this one is one by Jackie Williams. I cruise Pinterest when I need some inspiration, and this is the one that I found. I am not producing it identically by any means, but if you see one on Pinterest similar to mine, you might go, oh, that's where Cheryl got her idea. Spring and summer, I agree. The time changes this weekend. I was shocked to hear that on the news tonight. I didn't know we were that close to the time change. And you know what else that means? I have an hour less this weekend to get ready to go up to my Stampin' Up! Trip. That's not right. I need all those hours to get ready. Now now that I have it there, I'm going to just define the edge a little, try to loosen it up a little bit. That is not working much. Kind of soften the edge. It's fine. Okay. Got that done. And now I'm going to set this over here, and we're going to build a couple of things. Okay. I am moving those. I'm wearing my Post-it note tape. So there is a terracotta pot stamp and 2 terracotta pot dies. So let me show you what the differences are. This would work really well if you had copper clay. I made a lot because I wanted to show you a couple different things. So this is this one. And where's my plain old? I don't have a plain old. Oh, I kind of do. This is this one. This doesn't give you any definition. This gives you a little slice to add more details. The stamp is big enough for this one, and it does give the definition, but there's still no slice. So you can see that it's about that size also. So you can go both ways. I don't know what I would use this for without the indentation here and the slice, but I made one. Then what I tried to do is I cut my own, I stamped it. And then I cut my own slice along it. I cut it with the rotary cutter from the Take Your Pick tool Extra Tips. And that worked. I did it with two-toned cardstock so I could see the white through it, and I didn't want to see the white on top, so I ran my blend over it. But then I took a sanding block and sanded the edges because, you know, terracotta pots are never solidly terracotta. There's always a little bit of something on it. So I did that with that one. I'm just experimenting at this point. This one is the Cajun Craze, and I took a dauber with white craft ink, and I went along here to give it some definition that way. And then I decided to do the same thing. Where's that one? Oh, right here. But I stamped the image, and then I decided to add some white to it to give it some detail. But it's got so much ink on it that it turned my dauber Cajun Craze. So at that point, I set that aside. So just know that if you stamp it and then use the white Whisper White Craft ink, that your dauber might change colors. All right. So then I did a couple more. These two, I took a sanding block. I just have a little emery board kind of one. And I sanded the piece before I ran it through the die cut machine. That made it easier because then I wasn't trying to sand with the little opening and the small tears on the side. And this one, and I didn't do these in this order. This was my experimentation stage. This one is regular cardstock, and then I took the blends and gave it some definition with the blends. So that is my terracotta pot story. And we're going to use one of these in our picture right now. Let me see here. I lost my cheat sheet. It also has a tray that goes with it, and the tray has the slit also. I didn't have as many issues with the tray. So, since we're using the tray, I think we're going to use this one. See, there we go. This is the one that has the definition with the Cajun Craze blends. So I'm going to set these aside because I have another card that uses terracotta pots. And I'm going to put these over here. And we need to cut a few more things. This stamp set and dies have some great plants. So we're going to do this one in Garden Green. And I got into the two-tone today. I don't know why. But we're going to use some Garden Green. And I haven't cut this yet. And this one is, I've been doing a 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 all day. That's what all the other pieces are. And you know what? That's what this one is too. I haven't cut one of these yet, I don't think. So we're going to do 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And I only need one of these. And we're going to run several things through the die cut machine at the same time. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Did I get that right? The die looks bigger. Look at that. Ooh. Oh, there it is. It fits like a little puzzle piece. I don't know which side I want. I'm going to go with the dark side. So we have that. And then what else do I need? We're going to do a little stamping. And so on the handle, I have some yellow. I didn't get this part out. So this is part of a handle. And that is what we're going to use. I need to put these. Oh, I have stuff everywhere. So these are the handle choices that you have. You have flowers, leaves, or a wood grain. Linda says she likes the first terracotta pot that I tried with the white ink on the right side of the pot. Like I said, I had to experiment. So this one, I need a light color paper. And let's see, I've got browns and greens. Let's see, I forgot to get this piece out. Let's see what I have over in my scrap pile that didn't get it put away last time. Ha ha ha. That's too bright. I might just go with a Lost Lagoon. Nah. I know, I am very indecisive sometimes. We'll go with a nice pool party. There. I have a nice pool party scrap that needs a job. All right, and I'm going to use black ink. Let me show you this new trick that I saw someone else do. I have a hard time and get lines all over when I use my Memento pad. So I bought another white ink pad and I used the Memento ink refill to fill up this. And I wrote on it Tuxedo Black. And so now I have a black ink pad. So far, it hasn't done any damage to the foam pad. Let me show you the difference if I can find my rabbits. I had some test bunnies. And of course, in my shuffle today, they got shuffled away. Maybe they're on this side of the disaster. I just shuffle things all day long. Anyway, it gives a little broader image, but it's nicer. So we'll see. So this is the Memento ink, and I am just using it. Like I said, I filled up an empty white because when you get the white, it's empty. You have to fill it with the white ink. And I already have a white one. So I'm going to use this one for Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to see how much I like it. So there we go, stamping. It just gives a nicer, crisper black image. I don't know about you, but I like it. And I'm still using Stampin' Up products. Yay for me. That's important to me, that I still use Stampin' Up products. So this is going to go around here, because that's our little handle. And I'm just going to chop it off. Like I said, these are probably all medium cards because you have to do so much die cutting with this set. So there's that. And then I need a blade. I have, so Stampin' Up has paper out right now. It's called Lunar Luster. And it looks kind of like the old galvanized, but it's Lunar Luster. So, and it's colored on both sides. So I ran one of these through already, knowing I would need it at some time. So I don't have to do this piece. And I think we have it done then. So I'm going to run these pieces through the die cut machine, and then we're going to assemble our card. All right. These pieces are all small enough to go through the mini die cut machine. If you have the mini, I prefer my big machine, and it's just personal preference. Do you prefer the big machine or the little machine? Well, you could make it into a tie. Nancy said she thought the handles look like ties that men wear. That would be a different project. That would be awesome. All right, we're going to put this away for now. Now, one thing I noticed about this set, and I've got all my Post-it note tape stuck to it, is there are some good sentiments, but there's not a lot of sentiments. I usually don't make cards with love you bunches because there's only a few people I would send that to. But I think we'll do hello on this one. And we're going to do a test run on this because that memento pad might be too much for little words. I might have to go back to the other one. Just tap lightly. Ooh, I don't mind it at all. How about you? There we go. Nancy likes the little machine. Anyone else have preference? All right. I'm going to put this down on the bottom here. All right. I should have got my little machine out. My little positioner. I just went for it and it turned out. Woohoo! I wish I could remember who I saw do this. I was watching some videos when I was gathering some ideas to use the Stampin' Positioner. So there we have that. Now let's build our little card base. So I'm going to put this right about there. Oh, I know what they did. They did, I'm going to do it. I have the basic black, and I'm just going to do some splattering So you just take the brush tip and just do some flicking. And it just is another way of adding just a little bit of texture. And I'm sorry if I just bumped the camera. All right, so I am going to put a piece of tear and tape on the back. Maybe not that big. I'm just going to anchor my pot in my saucer. All right. Then I'm going to put my plant into my saucer. Yeah, it might be a long class tonight if each one takes this long. Oh, well, I have nowhere else to be. You all can come back and watch later if you want. So there's my pot, my plant. I'm going to take this other little piece of tear and tape that I have that apparently no longer has the sticky on it because it's on my finger. I don't know what happened. I lost part of it. Well, look at this. I have a piece over here. I usually have Post-it note tape and tear and tape just laying around on the edges of my table. There we go. Just kind of anchor my little plant. It's going to go here. Oh, so cute. And I am going to add one more piece of tear and tape, and then I'm going to take all the backs off. If I can find the end, put it in the middle. All right, now I'm just going to take the backs off. I'm going to pop up the shovel, so I'm not going to pop up the pot. I want there to be a difference in where you see them on the picture, on the card. Love my Take Your Pick tool. I know I tell you that all the time. Love, love, love my Take Your Pick tool. All right. Get it? It's hard when you're trying to get it straight. And you're looking through the camera lens. There, that looks better to me. How about you? All right, it's stuck. Now let's build this. Maybe if I put this over to the side over here, I won't wear it. So there's my cute little handle for my shovel. And where did I put my shovel? There's that. And so then it gives you this end here to attach it. So there's our cute little shovel. All right, tear and tape again for the win. Flip them over. And I am not going to take that off this time because I'm going to put some dimensionals, my oldie goldie dimensionals. So that wouldn't be adhering to anything if I took it off. So I'm just going to leave it on. There we have it. Of course, I put it on a spot that's got some wiggle. Some wiggle. And this is going to just come down here. And then this goes on here. Like I said, we were going to rough it up a bit. We could rough it up a little bit more. Not sure what I do with my scissors. I don't know if I did more or not. It looks good, right? Just trying to decide. Yep, I'm happy with it. Okay. I'm just going to use some Steel Plus. It gives me a minute or two to readjust. See? All right, there we go. And it's a little crooked. Maybe it's the wood, look. And then we're just going to add it to our card base. And that's going to be card number 1. What do you think? I don't know why I chose the tape runner tonight instead of the runny glue, but some days are like that. See, so without the die cutting, this really isn't that hard. This is my simple card. Ta-da! Oh, some embellishments. We can put a little bling on it. This might be good. Put some yellow. These are Darling Duckling, but I don't think it's really going to matter that much. There you go. Card number 1. Yay! The stamp set's name, Marcia, is Help Me Grow. It just became available to customers on Tuesday, so it's new. Let's see here. Just checking the comments. Oh, Glenda needs to stay safe. Everybody needs to stay safe, please. Awesome. Yay. Okay. Time to move on to card number 2. Which one should I do? All right, we're going to do that one. Okay. So there's card number 1. Setting it aside. Card number 2 has I'm going to do this one. This was going to be my last card, but now it's going to be my second card. Okay. Because I have more of the pieces cut out for this one. So we're starting with a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5. I am going to score it at 4 1/4. Love the wood grain layer. This is my second one that has a wood grain layer. It kind of fit, right? With the barn and everything. So 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. I need to find my score blades and replace this one. My little blade is getting pushed in and worn out. Excuse me. All right. I just noticed that all my cards are going the same direction too. They're all portrait tonight. Oh, well, you build one and you move on, and then you build another, and then at the end you go, oh, they all have a lot in common. And that is okay. All right, this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And if I attach the pieces, then I don't have to chase them around my desk anymore on my table. All right, and I did not rough this one up on purpose, so I'm going to push the edge down. All right, there we have that. So this die cuts like dirt bumps. This is the dirt bumps die. And these little lines here actually leave slits in the paper to tuck things into. So this is what I mean. And you can put it on any size piece. So this is one of them. So you see how it leaves a slit here so that we can tuck a plant or two in there. So we have that. And I lost my dirt pieces. There they are. And I might have to trim these. So I'm going to put, ooh, I do have to trim these. I made them for the whole width. And I don't really need the whole width. Well, maybe I will go with the whole width. Why not? All right, I think I'm going to trim just a little bit off this one. And this one will go down first. So if you make yours about 2 1/4, and then chop off the top. That's what mine would be the equivalent of. So there, so we're gonna have dirt all along the bottom. And then I have another layer and another layer of dirt. And I think when I add this layer, I could have made them kind of cattywampus or something. And then I guess I kind of did this one. This layer. It's not going to matter because there's going to be stuff. All right, so this layer is good. And this layer we're going to trim down. You just kind of have to eyeball it. These were some scraps I had. All right. Now the secret to building layers like this is tear and tape, because you're going to be tucking things in, so you don't want the glue to block the tuck. So if you take your tear and tape, or if you don't have tear and tape, that's okay. Just put your glue at the very bottom of your little base. Now on this piece, because we're not going to tuck a whole lot into this, I'm going to put a little bit, because we're going to be building so much on this. But just put it at the bottom, because we might want to tuck, do some tucking. So this one's going to go down first. Make sure it aligns with the bottom of whatever piece. Let me go sideways here. Ooh, trusting my left hand. That is dangerous. But it seems to be working out all right. Some days my left hand is just talented, and some days it is not. All right, so now I'm going to use tear and tape on this one, and I'm going to put it on this one too, as long as I've got it out. And again, because I'm going to be tucking, I'm just going to put tear and tape along the bottom. I can always go back in and add a glue dot later if I choose to. So this is my next piece. And again, trusting the left hand. I don't know why. It proved worthy the first time, I guess. I don't know. And the third piece of dirt. I could have stamped on this. I didn't stamp on it. It has a dirt stamp. We might go back and stamp on it. So there's my dirt. Let me show you the dirt stamp. See, there's a dirt stamp right there. So we'll get the dirt stamp out, because it's not going to matter if it's even, right? We'll add some dirt to the dirt. All right, this is early espresso, so we're going to add color on color. Just some monochromatic look. And I should have done this first, but oh well. This is fine. It's just making it dirty. And in this case, it doesn't really matter. Ta-da! Played with dirt. Okay, got the dirt. Now here's where we're going to use some clay pots. I need 3. So I'm not going to use this one because I need to be able to stack them. So this gardener finished their chores and stacked up the clay pots in the corner last year when they were done. And then things started growing around them, as things do when they are left to their own devices. Now, this is one that is online with Stampin' Up website. But they didn't use the clay pots like this. They used the 6x6 in color or Regal papers. There's one of these that is Cajun Craze. It's in the pack of Regals. I don't own those. I have the Brights. I tried to change it to Cajun Craze with the blends. It did not work. So if you want exactly what you see, if you see it in the catalog or online, because these aren't in the catalog, if you want those little white specks and all that fun stuff, then you need to get that paper. But if you're all right with doing it this way, this is two-tone cardstock with some sanding. This is two-tone cardstock with the pot stamped on it and then kind of roughed up on the edges. That's what I'm going for. And then, so these are 2 extras. I have already cut out a few things. I don't need, I've got stuff everywhere. All right, I don't need this right now. I might in a minute. I need some greenery. And I pre-cut these because I thought, because each one, you have to make a pass with each one. So this is Mossy Meadow two-tone. That's Mossy Meadow two-tone on each side. If you use the two-tone, then you know your greens are going to go together. And this is Old Olive two-tone. So I figured Mossy Meadow and Old Olive go together well anyway. So I decided to go that route. So we're going to build this. Oh, this one's going to go here. These are going to kind of go behind. Because they left the pot in the dirt. I'm not going to put the two tones together. This one can go behind here. At the end of the fall, they did not pick up. And this is dry layering. We're just dry layering our stuff right now. And then we'll go back and add glue when we know approximately where we want it to go. All kinds of different things happening here. Kind of some weeds. Not gonna lie. And then we have some of these that can tuck down here. And then I cut out some little white flowers that can adorn. And I'm going to put some in the top pot because there was dirt left in the top pot. Also, now the one in the catalog used bright orange flowers. The color is escaping me right now. But there's just, isn't that adorable? And this was from Stampin' Up. So, do some of those. I can always cut those apart. So they cut these flowers out in one little chunk. Can add some over here. What do you think? All right. If you look up the bundle, this card is not seen on stampinup.com. If you look at the stamp set, it is. So, all right, I have a couple more. I can add a leaf here. And then, oh, I'm not going to put this here because I'm going to make a couple more. So let me show you what we did. Do you remember when I did the stamp positioner tool demonstration? If you were watching then, I stamped with Versamark. Then I stamped right over it using the positioner tool with gray granite, smoky slate gray granite, I think. And then I stamped, and then it kept it juicy. And then I embossed these with clear. So it made it shiny. So I could use those, but these I already have cut out. And instead of making you go through doing the cutting part again, I don't know. What should we do? We have to make handles anyway, so we might just go for it. Let's see. There are a lot of dies to keep track of with this set. Good. Oh, love it. Okay, we're going to do that route. We're going to go that route. I don't know if I think I want a shovel because it's in the garden. All right, we're going to put the scissors away, or the shears. I'm going to cut a shovel out of my galvanized lunar luster. I already have this cut, and I need 2 handles. And I think I'm just going to cut them out of pecan pie and keep it simple. So I need 2 handles and a blade. I have the heat embossing stuff out, but since this is taking so long, I'm not going to do that. You'll have to take my word for it. Or go back and watch that last video. The positioner tool video to see how that worked. I promise I'll do it another time also. All right, I should have more lunar luster somewhere. Oh, it's right there. I don't need to get another set out. Right. And I need 2 handles. All right, I'm going to do 2 of these. These have the little hole in them. And I can do these too. All right, do I have any black around? Or any dark? This will work. All right, this is the little string that you would hang your shovel up with in the tool shed. All right, lunar luster. for the blade, or for the spade, I need one or two of the, I will just do one of these. And two of these. There. Now I only have to play with little pieces instead of big honking ones. My dog is on the naughty list. She's that cute puppy that appears occasionally. I came down, and my room is in the basement, and it gets chilly down here, so I have a space heater. And I never leave it on when I'm not down here. But she decided to eat the cord. So she's on the naughty list. Yes, a lot of cutting out, Nancy. A lot of cutting out with this set. Kind of reminds me of the Notes and Totes dies that some people liked for Stampin' Cross Country, and some people thought it was a little much, but that's all right. Sometimes if you don't see these done, you'll never do them. Right. Okay, I need to run this one through again. Here's my wood grain handle. And here's my little tie. Kind of looks like a fish, if you ask me. Set that over there. And I need to run it through one more time for a second handle. There's my lid. And so I tried to get ahead of the cutting, the die cutting, and I did okay. I didn't get it all done, but I did a fair part of it, which has helped. I don't need you guys to have to be here for days. I like an hour, and we just hit an hour. So my third card is going to be a little long, but you can always stop and come back later, or fast forward if you're on replay. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe and all those fun things, please. I would love to be able to bring you more. And it helps when people like and subscribe to the channel. All right. I haven't done one of these yet. I like to use the tear and tape, but this is kind of narrow. Very narrow. There's a little, I don't think I want to try to put something through there. Okay, well, we're just going to go for it. I'm going to put it on there with my tear and tape, just like always. Or actually, I might just use a dab of glue. A little dab will do ya. I might do both because I don't know if I want to wait for this to dry. It dries pretty fast. Also, if you want in on the other news of what's happening, be sure to go to craftwithcheryl.com and sign up for my emails with all the important. There's a free tutorial every week that is exclusive. You will not see it anywhere on my channel. It's a card that we don't publish anywhere else. All right, this little thing, I'm going to make it hang off of the shovel. And to make it look like it's hanging off, I need to like slice it here and give it the illusion of hanging through the hole. There. It's an illusion. I might have needed to do it up higher. It's all right. Illusions are like that, right? I can make it work. Or maybe maybe I'll have it go this way. Whatever. All right, I'm done playing with it. It's ready. I think we have all the pieces ready. Let me bring my card back in. No, you would never get these done unless you did one pot and one flower. All right. We want words. I made a little plant stake, and I thought I would put the thanks on it. So this can be a thank you card. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to start putting it all together. I'm going to use early espresso. It's not as bold as black. And with all this lovely dirt here. All right, I'm going to mess it up a little bit. And some of these are not going to get tucked in until later. I take the white flowers off. And I'm going to put this one in with tear and tape. The die for that string is so small. And again, I'm going to put it on the bottom. Come on. All right. Now the next one I'm going to put on with the dimensional. I'm going to put it toward the middle because it's going to tuck, but it's going to have something tucking into that too. Make sure my leaves are kind of where they're supposed to be. And then this one is also, we're going to build the plants in here though. So it's going to go there. And then there. Oh, we're going to cheat. Okay, adhesive scissors out. Those non-adhesive sticking scissors. So I'm chopping tear and tape again. I'll use that skinny piece later, but I'm just going to tack it up here. So I do not have to play the how am I going to stick those on game. There. So we're going to put this one over here. And then they just stick. Yay. This one here. And this one in the middle. There. And we're going to add another one. Kind of up behind. Give it some height. And all that was with a half a piece of little tear and tape. We're going to add a dimensional on the back here. We already stuck our stuff in from the top. We're going to add this here. And that'll anchor most of those pieces. If they get out of line, we can always add something with a glue dot. So we're going to put this here. Or we might lose that piece. All right, we're going to use glue dots on this. For ease. And Actually, it can go in the dirt, can't it? This dirt crevice right there, maybe. Nope, that's too much work. It's going to go right there in the dirt. And then that's going to go on with glue dots because I don't need it to pop out. And it needs to kind of have the illusion of being taller than it really is. So it's going in the weeds. And I have this is going to go in like right there. We might do dimensionals on this, at least on the handle. Give it a little 3D. Up here, we'll do this piece. Yeah, this is not one you're going to do if you want to mass produce, unless you have someone with you to crank the handle. Just doing a half a glue dot just because of the space right here. And right there. And this little piece might just get left off. Oh, it can go on for show. There. It can go on for the picture. I don't know if it'll last for the delivery. Oh, we have flowers. Now the white flowers are going to be glue dots. I get crazy with my glue dots. And I'm just going to put one. This one can go kind of in here. And this little one, little bundle, can go up top. There we go. And that other bundle, we're going to, actually, we might divide it in half. And put, kind of wadding up these glue dots. I don't want to do a half a glue dot because they can use a little stick. And then I have these. Oh, they're unrolling before I need them. All right. Well, I'm glad I decided to do this one tonight instead of recording this one while I'm gone, because that would have been a long recording. Oh, my one leaf might have to get adjusted. There's my card. Phew. Lots of die cutting. Aren't you glad I did some of that ahead of time? Yes, very much a lot of absolutely gorgeous card, though. Absolutely gorgeous. And this was from Stampin' Up. So I just put a little drop of glue there. Might get to keep that anyway. Okay. Huh. Card number 2. I don't know that it needs bling. What do you think? Does it need bling? Let me check my source. I don't know if it needs bling. My silly iPad. I'm not going to put bling on it. All right. Next up. Seafoam green. Soft seafoam. I couldn't remember the part that I was forgetting. All right, soft seafoam, 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score it at 4 1/4. See, aren't you glad I didn't do fun folds? This would have taken us till tomorrow. All right, scored. And this is a piece of soft seafoam that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and we are going to emboss this. And this is the largest circle from the Stylish Shapes, and it is in vellum. We're going to use, oh, no, I'm using that one. Could use that one, but I was planning to use the Ivy die. Ivy embossing folder with this. Ivy and Stone, I believe it's called, or Stone and Ivy. And it is a 3D embossing folder. So I need the gray plate, or if you have the older machine, it is the blue plate. If you have the Big Shot from Stampin' Up's first go round, before they came out with their own. I do need to send that to someone special, don't I? Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, so this is the dry embossing. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. All right, and that's going away. I do need some. I didn't get my leaves done for this part, though. We're going to need to do some leaves. So as long as I have the machine out, I'm going to do some leaves. I have the flowers done. I just did not get the leaves done. So let me grab this bag. And actually, this might not be as bad as I have in my head. It's like, whoa, that last one took longer than I thought. I need the leaves. So we're going to use these leaves. I'm going to hopefully get 2 out of this. This one is a spin-off of Melissa Davies. Like I said, when I can't think of what I need to do, I find somebody on Pinterest or Facebook that I like their card, and then I tweak it my way. But I try, if there's credit to be had, I really, really try to give them credit in my video. They have to watch my video to get the credit. I am not trying to steal anyone's ideas without giving them due credit. All right. And soft seafoam, garden green. I need to make trying to decide on the handles for the tools again. They're the toss-up. Let me see. These are going to be girl tools. We're just going to go with purple. Purple. And I'm just going to cut 2 of them out of this. And if we don't like them, we can change them. Actually, I need this one. So we're gonna, I'm torn. Actually, I'm not torn. We're going to do these. I'm going to do this and this and this. It's easier and quicker, and I think the purple will work. If the purple doesn't work, we might have to crank it back in. See, I could have put love you bunches on that last one if I'm going to have to send it to someone very special. All right, there's that one. And I have 2 tools. And I think we just need one more. You know how sometimes the girls get to have pink handled tools or purple handled tools. That's what this one's going to get. And like I said, if we don't like the handles, I can always change the handles. But the flowers are petunia pop. So I thought purple tools might just work nicely. And I got the flowers done. And now I think we have everything. So this card's not going to be as long. Okay. So got these 2. Originally, the other card was going to be number 3. So maybe I did do it in the right. Maybe I had it in my mind the right order, because this one's not going to be near as detailed as the last one. Good news for you all watching. Thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, if you want more information, please sign up for my emails. Free tutorials every week. All the news first. Get all the news first about my upcoming classes. I'm winding up to do another mystery craft box. And for those of you who are new, you might be saying, what is a mystery craft box? First off, it is something that I can only do in the United States. But I put together usually 6 projects based around one stamp set and send you all the pieces and parts and directions to create the projects. You have to have the bundle or have something that you can use instead of the bundle. I have done 2 in the past. I did one on the Tractor and Company. That was my personal favorite. And then I did one on the Light and Wonder set. So yeah, it's fun. I really, really enjoy it. So that registration will be coming open soon. I am going to probably open it while I am gone on my trip to Stampin' Up's on stage, and I leave the house on Monday, and it's supposed to snow. So say a prayer I get there safely. And yeah. So I get there on Tuesday, and we're going to play on Wednesday. Oh, I fibbed. This is actually going to be a a landscape card. So I'm going to add this. Now this breaks down the fibers enough that you're not going to want to use your tape runner. You're going to want the runny glue or Terran tape if you're brave. So I was starting to pull it up. It just softens the fibers so much that they can't handle the tape runner running across. I'd have been all right if I'd have done it on the card base, but not on this embossed piece. And this is just going to fit inside the edges. I just wanted a textured layer. All right. Oh, I love that. Now you could take a color and go over this, but I am not going to do that. Next up, I have my vellum shape, and I am going to use some dimensionals. I'm going to put them in the middle because adhesive shows through vellum. So you want to put it where you know you're going to put something else. So we're going to do that here. And now we're going to build. So we have some leaves. One of my leaves had a little ding, I think, in one of them. Oh, nope, they turned. Oh, this one got a little cut off. Actually, it's probably going to be fine though. Okay, not a big deal. So we're going to do some dry layering. So we have these. And I might have to make another set of leaves, actually. Just make them, separate them. Don't have to rip. I can be more gentle and use scissors. And this one, I think I'm going to cut here. Tuck a piece back here. And I could have kept it together. A piece back here. And we have some little pieces to fill in. And then we have some little purple flowers. I don't know if I like the purple together. What do you think? Do you like the flowers? Oh, I think the pinks and the purples are fine. I am so sorry. I have a cough drop. I like it. I think it's very pretty. It'd be a pretty Mother's Day card. All right. That being said, I could use Love You Bunches on this one. All right, now that we know where we're headed, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to add this on with some glue dots. I could put that on one of my handles if I chose to. No, actually, I'm going to do dimensionals because I'm tucking. I'm just going to do it. I can't do it on this one, though. I can do it on the handle on this one. There. All right, this one's going to go up. And this one's going to go down low. Do you have anybody in your life that loves gardening so much that they would love a card like this? And I'm going to put I'm back to glue dots. I think assembling things with glue dots is the easiest. I need to make sure I'm covering up those dimensionals on the vellum. This is going to need 2 glue dots, one on each side. All right. Plan B, we're separating and going in from the back. There. When I saw this set, I thought of my friend Marion, who lives in Montana. Uh-oh. Oh, no. My glue dot just went somewhere. Oh, it's on my shirt. They flick off. I have one on my ceiling because I flicked too hard and it went up. I laugh. And I have that old kind of ceiling that you don't want to mess with. So I have a glue dot on my ceiling and it'll probably be there forever. Definitely a faster card than the last one. But that's okay. That is all right. Ooh, I lost my motivation. After I ran these through, I thought, oh, I should have used adhesive sheets with these, but I didn't. So here we are. And they have these teeny tiny little things. You guessed it, half a glue dot. So I know it's taken a long time tonight, but I hope it was worth it. I so appreciate you staying and crafting with me. I enjoy this job that I have so much, and having you here with me makes it all the better. I have an entire library of videos if you're ever interested. I have over 400 videos on my YouTube channel. My videos don't stay on Facebook anymore longer than 30 days, but my YouTube channel collects them for eternity, I think. Rogue glue dot. And I have a couple more. I don't know how many I want to put on there. I don't think I need all of them. How's it looking? It's looking good. These remind me of maybe lilacs. I don't know why. Maybe the color. My mom loved lilacs. We had so many lilacs in our yard growing up. All right, I think we might stop there. Now we need a sentiment. Like I said, I could do the love you bunches. You help me grow. That one would be good. But I also pulled out a couple other sentiments that we might just explore a little bit. How about hello, friend? You brighten my day. So, you brighten my day, or hello, friend. What do you think? Lock in your votes now. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoy watching. I enjoy having you watch. This is so relaxing to me, except for when things go wrong. Not so relaxing then. Nope, too big. What do you think? I could have it go under like that. This is from the Everyday Arches. So, you brighten my day? All right, you brighten my day. Well, if you ever need supplies for crafting, I'm your girl. You can go to craftwithcheryl.com and you can shop with me anytime you want. Now, you brighten my day is a little bit smaller. So, you might do just an end. And we need to pick a color. I'm leaning towards garden green. Let's see what that looks like. Oops, sorry. Now I'm throwing things at the computer. Not a good plan. Where's a scrap when you do one? Scraps everywhere. I think I like the green. I need to stamp it better, but I like the green. All right, let's see if that's... Stampin' Up is also getting new ink pads. We are going to do a color refresh in 2027, but the new ink pads for the new in colors that are coming out are going to be the new ink pads. They're going to be magnetic, so you don't have to do this old flip thing. This is the older kind. Or you don't have to do like the makeup case. The lid just comes off magnetically and they stack. It's going to be good. All right, I don't think I need it that long. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to lose the stitching. I think it's okay. How's that? I like it. We're not going to use the tape runner, the seal on this, because there's so much texture that it didn't like that at all. This can be for a gardener friend. And since spring is right around the corner, I have lots of gardening friends who will be happy. All right. Well, it took us a while, but we got all the cards done. And I thought one was going to be simple. They all are simple. It's just all the cutting. All the cutting. So that is card number 3. This is card number 2. And card number 1. Phew! We did it. Yay! Which one's your favorite? 1, 2, or 3? You like my sailor shirt? This was my bargain basement sailor shirt. I didn't realize my collar was up the whole time, like a bum. There you go. You like them all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. I really had fun, even though it took us a long time. I appreciate every single one of you for joining in, whether you're here live or on the replay. I could not do my business without you. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, purchases, and everything else. If you want more information, please be sure to subscribe to my emails and get free tutorials and all the latest updates. And I will see you on Tuesday. It will be recorded, but I will have something for you because I am going to find out all the fun stuff I can at the Stampin' Up! Conference. So I will be at On Stage. Have a great week without me, and I'll be here, just in a different form. Good night. Bye-bye.